Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peterisms, where I tell stories of my life and just little things that I've learned as I've grown into the person that I am today. And it is a beautiful day in Indianapolis today. It's kind of like the sun comes and the sun goes, and the clouds come and the clouds go, and then there's this really nice breeze outside, and the leaves are like gently falling, and autumn is coming around, and it's just a really nice day. It's not super hot today. It is in the lower 70s. It's just beautiful today. It's a beautiful day to sit outside and listen to an audiobook or read a book, and then watch some movies with your husband and have some fun dinner food tonight. That's what our plan is. Last night we watched a lot of TV shows, and tonight we're going to watch a movie. So I thought I would sit down and make a couple videos. I just did a review video of this dreamy coffee that I have sitting right here. So if you would like to go check out that review, please do. And then after this, I'm going to make a drama video. And then yeah, I don't know, I'm just gonna have like a kind of like a lazy afternoon and film a video here and film a video there, and you get a video and you get a video. So anyway, I thought I would read some meditations today. I want to start with the Daily Book of Positive Quotations, unless the meditation is not good. But today is, let's see, September 9th. Let's see what the meditation is for today in here. All right. Failing better. Failing, not feeling better. Ever tried, ever failed. No matter, try again. Fail again, fail better. Samuel Beckett. We will fail more often than we care to think. We can learn from our failures, and we're still going to fail in the future. The key is to fail in new ways, not to keep repeating the failures we've already experienced. I won't get discouraged by failure, but I will try to make sure that when I fail, it's because of something new, not because I'm in a rut. You know, it's so interesting. I feel like the things that I'm talking about on this channel continue to have like a crossover with my drama channel, right? And the things that I talk about over there. But anyway, that's a little side note. You know, I think in my life, I definitely feel. I think I've made some statements over here like I've never learned from success. I probably said that at one time or another, right? Like, I don't know that I feel that way today. Like, I think I have learned some things from success in my life, but I definitely have learned more from failure, and I have learned more from making mistakes in my life than I ever have from immediate successes or doing something and it working the first time, right? Like, it's like the saying, like, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? Well, you try in different ways. You learn different ways, right? And I've learned a lot from the mistakes in my life that I've made. I've learned a lot from the failures that I've had. I've learned a lot about how to address those failures. I've learned how to address those mistakes. I've learned that we're all just human beings, you know? I've learned that we're all just people trying to get through life, you know, and that we're doing the best that we can. That's not an excuse to not take those opportunities for growth, you know, and learn from them. But those are reasons that make sense, right? But that's not a reason to stay stuck and to not continue to grow, you know? There's my neighbor coming home. I think for me, it has been, especially in you know, deeply working recently in the last couple years with my sponsor. I mean, I've always worked with a sponsor, but really I've worked a lot with her recently. Very deep. And with my therapist, very deep. And kind of like, you know, she'll say things to me like, you know, I don't want to step on the toes of your therapist, and he'll say the same things to me, like, I don't want to step on the toes of your sponsor. So, you know, I'll bring things to him that she says, and I'll bring things to her that he says, and things like that, and I kind of, you know, conjointly work with them, right? But the thing that's interesting is whenever I take something to them, something that I have failed at, or something that I maybe made a mistake at in my life or whatever. I mean, it could be something very small, or a conversation that I've had with somebody, or you know, something that I tried something and it didn't work, and just like, what's your suggestion on this, or a character defect even, or something like that, right? It's interesting, like, my sponsor always says, this is an opportunity for growth, are you going to take it? She doesn't say, like, this is an opportunity for growth, you have to take it. She says, are you going to take it, right? And many times I do, and many times I don't. You know, my therapist will say, I can just give you suggestions, but, like, I'm just a sounding board, right? Like, my friend Tanya has said that to me for years, and he says the same thing, you know, is that he's just a sounding board. Like, you know, we can process this, and we can talk about it, and see what you've learned from it. And I really believe, you know, at 51 years old, that the mistakes that I make in my life and the failures that I have are there to teach me things. Now, the trick is in not repeating those things over and over and over again. I love, you know, the whole conversation about messages in our life that come to us through the, you know, that lessons that come to us through messages that Oprah talks about. And she says, you know, that something first comes to us as like the wind, and then it comes as a whisper, and then it comes, you know, as like it just comes in small ways, and then it's like a brick wall, and then a mountain, and then a mountaintop, you know, until you finally get it. Like, when do you choose to get it, right, is up to us. Like, we can continue to refuse the lesson over and over and over again, but lessons are going to be repeated until they are learned. I read that 20 years ago in Dr. Cherie Scott's book, If Life Were a Game, These Are the Rules. And I mean, I can remember reading that chapter, that lessons are repeated until they are learned. And I was like, that is so true. Like, I have had so many lessons in my life repeated because I refuse to learn them. Which is why today, when my sponsor says to me, this is an opportunity for growth, this is a lesson you're being presented with, are you going to take it or are you going to ignore it? It's up to you, right? Okay, so hopefully I take them. Not always do I. And typically I'm the one that suffers for that, not everybody else in my life, typically me, you know? So I think it's such a great meditation of reminding ourselves that we're not bad people for failing, right? We're not bad people for making mistakes. It's what we do with that, you know, the end result. It's like, do we take this and work with it and grow and change as a human being, or do we stay stuck in this? And that's ultimately up to us, right? So I think that's a great meditation. Okay, now let's get over to the language of letting go. They've been doing a lot of steps over here lately, so it might be a step meditation today. Let's see. Perspective. Oh, I love conversations about perspective. Okay, so September 9th, perspective. Too often we try to gain a clear perspective before it is time. That will make us crazy. We do not always know why things are happening the way they are. We do not always know how a particular relationship will work out. We do not always understand the source of our feelings, why we've been led down a particular path, what is being worked out in us, what we are learning, why we needed to recycle, why we had to wait, why we needed to go through a time of discipline, or why a door closed. How our present circumstances will work into the larger scheme of events is not always clear to us. That is how it needs to be. Perspective will come in retrospect. Wow, that is so powerful, right? Like, that hindsight is 20/20. Perspective will come in retrospect. We could strain for hours today for the meaning of something that may come in an instant next year. That's happened to me. Oh my God. Like, all of a sudden I'm like, oh wow, well now I know why. Now I understand why that happened. It happened to teach me this, or this is what I learned from it, right? Let it go. We can let go of our need to figure things out, to feel in control. Now is the time to feel, to go through it, to allow things to happen, to learn, to let whatever is being worked out in us take its course. In hindsight, we will know. It will become clear. For today, being is enough. We will have been told that all things shall work out for good in our life. We can trust that to happen even if we cannot see the place. Okay, we have been told that all things shall work out for good in our life. We can trust that to happen even if we cannot see the place today's events will hold in the larger picture. Today I will let things happen without trying to figure everything out. If clarity is not available to me today, I will trust it to come later in retrospect. I will put simple trust in the truth that all is well. Events are unfolding as they should, and all will work out for good in my life. Better than I can imagine. I love this meditation. This is a meditation full of hope. This is so beautiful, isn't it? Really, really like this today. Such a pretty meditation. Hey, how are you? Good. Such a great meditation. I love this book so much. I always get so much out of this book. Anyway, let me know what you think about all of that in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.